Welcome to FACTORIO DeathWorld. My name is Nauvis and this is episode 33 of our Let's Play campaign. So we left off the last episode because we kind of ran out of time. It happens. And we were sort of doing our copper thing. Also in the meantime I've had some good questions and comments about some things. Like one of the questions was, hey, this one you always seem to not have enough of these, so are you sure it's working? The answer is, unfortunately yes, they are always empty. And that's because basically this here is what determines the rate of expansion for my base. Everything about my base is constrained by circuits, or by not circuits, by modules. And I need to make more modules, and that actually means in this case I need to make more blue circuits. So more blue circuits means more greens. So if I can get more greens, I can get more blue circuits. I can get more. Hello, another rocket left. How are we doing here? Okay, we're building up. Oh, what was the no sound? Hey Corin, thank you very much for your subscription, your pledge, and thank you for donating the 1,000 science packs. I got all confused because there was no sound there. The science packs upon you leaving the planet. Right, so I have 4 here, and I have. Should I use it? Yeah, let's do something silly. I'll get this one into a 6 to 5 splitter. That's a bad idea. Let's get a 6 to 5 just to show how awful it is. Ugh, look at that. Ugh. Ugh, look at that. That's disgusting. We'll do that there. I wonder if I even have enough. Yeah. And you know, I think I should be doing this when I can, right? I mean, it's the right thing to do. Here. And here. So we'll hook up this one, and then we'll go back to the base and figure out what else is necessary for next. Well, first we need to make sure that this one actually goes in and starts delivering to the base. It also needs some trains, of course, and that one. So now we have 5 random locations here. These are all going to be. Here we have 5 belts inbound with you, and this one will then be a. There, 5 to, what's it, 4 to 3? That one. There we go. Inbound. Inbound, inbound. That one. And over here, jump. Technically it's not super necessary to do these jumping, but you know, try to keep things consistent. It seems a bit ironic when you have other crap built on the path here. Oops, that one. Why are these not coming in? Oh, they're coming in now. Great. That's something. And I will get all of this out, I think. Yep, all this out. It'll just be built like this. And here. And not really. That's better. Ah, it doesn't work. These 2 out, this out, this out. This one, no tracks, because the tracks will make it incorrectly lined there, there, and there. I really don't think this is a great way to do it, but whatever. It is what it is. This one. That does not seem like a great thing, this one. Is this is busy, this is not busy, and there's something weird here. Whoa. Alright, so where's this one going? All right, it's going past here, but this one was actually not enough. These are out, so let's take those out. They're empty. This one. Okay, good. All right, so this one is working. It's generating oil. Oil is coming in here. Let's see if we can find another one. This one, how fast is it pumping? Not very fast. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel, whoa. But this is full. Okay, so it's actually backlogging now because it goes up here. But it's still pumping. That's the important part. I mean, it is getting up. It's pumping all the way up here. This is insane. Also merging in with this. This one's pumping. It's a full belt or full pipe. This one's pumping. It's merging in from here as well. Oh, this is empty. Nice. But okay, so we don't have any of those stockpiles anymore back in the original location. That's good. That one. That one. This one. And I can take keep going. That's a lot of belts. At some point, if we were really building a mega base, this would not be supportable with so many belts here. But, you know, it's gonna be fine right now. This is a small base anyway. Here. Get all these, and I know they're coming in, but I just got impatient. There. All right, we got trains, we got stuff. Wait, we don't have trains. This one? So it's one. What? Why? Why did I not change the names? Yeah, okay, they need to change names. I don't even have a 2, so it's gonna be 2-1 and 2-2. Good. 2-2. Yes, and I'm gonna take 2 trains in for each, right? And they are gonna go service, obviously this one, because this one will service the first. Yep. Okay, this is pathetic. So I'm gonna take all the trains, the 4 trains coming from the top. They will be going into the other location. So this one will be going, I'll take this one out and it'll go into this one. Yeah. So now the top one goes into the top copper thing. This one goes into the top copper thing. Next. That one. And the last one. I know this is the silliest way of doing it. Oh no, that's not happening. That one. There. And then you can go to that one. Just for good show. Alright, so now we have nothing coming in here, but we have 4 trains coming into this location, and I can store 4 trains, so that's good. I will be building 4 trains down here. Well, I won't, I guess. I'll build 1 train and I'll hitch a ride back home. This one is going to 2-1 here until full. And then it's going to number 2 until empty. I love having these. Hey, DFS, we know that guy. Always there to take my perfectly good designs and make sure that they are city compact and yeah, sometimes better, sometimes just more compact. Thank you very much, DFS, for the long-standing support and also the helpful moderation in Twitch chat and support with all the tech issues we have at times. So thank you. All right, going back. So 48, you can see now that we are getting into the realm where there's more of the Protector of the Path tier supporters available, and that means we're getting 500 science packs per rocket. That means we're going to actually, at this point, launch more rockets than we would in a normal base. And it's a bit of a challenge at times. So, what we're doing here, yep, that one's coming in. Boom, jump out. I actually want this train. Copy. Okay, hold on. Take this train and also include the train. Run, 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 run. Because I can take it here. Boom. Boom. And boom. And then we wait. What? Why? Whoa, there's an attack out there. It's nothing serious. Oh, it's serious, alright. It's serious, alright. Alright, forget about that one. What? We don't have any oil out here. Oh, that's good. That's because, yeah, we don't have any oil out here. That's because I cut the line and I was like, yeah, you know what? At some point I'm going to get some better oil, but, yeah, times that one. That's the one we're looking for. We're always looking for one of these. Can I even get that? I think it's here. Yep. That one goes out. This one goes in. And please let it be correct. That's not even correct, is it? Okay. Why are we... Shouldn't we use the better oil here? No, I'm still using crude oil. That's pretty stupid, isn't it? No, no, no. This is the one we wanted. Sorry, don't go. Go away. That one. Yes. Cool. That should be fine. And that'll help a lot. Oh, you have crude oil here. Take you out. Put you back in. There's probably some that still have like the wrong oil. Yeah, down here. It is what it is. They'll be pushing it in here and they'll take the top ones, filling up with the other oil. If I click this network, no, it doesn't even show that what it is. Ah, that's because it probably just separates networks between these. Ah, alright. Well, we know now. Now we know. Go back to our weird situation with the lack of trains. Oh, the trains are here. Alright, that's just good. Alright, so one of them I'm just going to send off because that's going to be that one. The other one will be from 2-2. 2-2, choo-choo. How appropriate it is 2-2 for a train. Going to there, full. I'll send you off. And going to number 2 back here. Empty. And you. Ding ding. And going to number 2-2. Full. And coming back to number 2. Empty. Yes. I'm probably going to miss something here. I always do. Huh? Oh yeah, that's because they're kind of loopy in here. Off we go. So I can run over here and actually get run over by the same train again. I have multiple chances of getting run over by the same train. So this should be good. We have... Oh, actually this is interesting. Why? I would expect that this one would start stacking up some more locations. Because this is not being consumed very fast. Because all of the outbounds here are being consumed faster. Yeah. This is way too far away. And luckily there's only 5 million left. Oops. Alright, all of these are great. Looks so good. So what we really need at this point is, I'm going to go down here for the red circuits, and then we're going to look at some sulfur. I think there was a sulfur issue. There we go. Ah, that's good. Except, is it though? I still need 148 to get anywhere. Alright, so sulfur is blinky blinky. That's not good. I will put these in here, which will initially slow it down. Oh, really? That's definitely an issue here. So it's not actually the speed by which this is working. The speed is fine. It is this part. Here, here, and here. Oh, there's also some wood here. Let's not even talk about it. That one. This is just too slow. So at least the most important part is getting that one in. And I'm not going to give the good modules. These are just going to get the cheap modules. Oops, that one. And that can also go all the way down there. So cheap modules for everyone. Does that make it faster? It should make it faster. And what's the speed now? The speed is 0.75. That's pathetic. This one is huh. Well, let's increase this one to also be 0.5. It's actually not very fast. Couldn't I just take one more of these? Wouldn't that be plausible? Feasible? That one? Why is this one not there? There. Well, that's one more. Yeah. So obviously still pumping out here. Checking, working. Yes, that should be good. Take all this in here. I don't know. I feel that this should be enough. So let's go down here because we have batteries. Okay, what's this one now? 144. Well, it's getting there. Where did the batteries go? There's the batteries. The batteries is... This is the problem here. Oh, look at that. Batteries are full now. Nice. Okay, so I thought actually we were running out of batteries, but we're not. And... Okay, so this is backlogged. This is good. Sulfur, because... Imagine a world where we would actually be sulfur constrained on this one. That would be miserable. So what we need here is actually... You can see the green circuits. It's just not good enough because we actually draw so much out here. This is going to take... When it's fully operational, it's going to take 3 full blue lanes. And this one is going to take 4 full blue lanes. So, you know, that means that's a lot. We are going to need this one replaced. But replacing this at the current moment just makes a whole lot of no sense. And why, my friend, is this? Oh, this is not full belts, because if in order for us to be full belts, it would have to be 1.5 belt of copper here, and I'm only getting 1 belt of copper in each. So I'm definitely not getting full belts. Yeah, this is our main upgrade parts. This one has to be upgraded, but I can't really upgrade it as long as I still miss so many down here. And again, that just revolves around the issue we have, which is speed modules. No, it's not speed modules. I do have enough speed modules though. How many speed modules have I accrued? Yeah, see, I'd really like to get I'd like to get more down here, so that I make proportionately more. What I can do as well is look at the green circuits. Oh, look at that, another launch. Nice. Yeah, the launches are also kind of slow. It's actually... Really? Huh. It's rocket fuel that's slow. That's actually surprising. Yeah. It makes sense. Yellow Dog, thank you for the 1000 science packs. Thank you for the long-standing support as a Knight of the Path. Yeah, I don't know. I feel that we could definitely put some modules in here and make it better. But not... See, that's not enough room. So, I don't know. I think this one have to be sort of really scaled up to a late game build for it to become any better. I also, on the other hand, you can also say that yes, one of these will always be the slowest one, and the fact that this is the slowest one means that you can see this one here is, well, it's actually fully loading here, but it's starting to backlog, and the fact that it's backlogging means that eventually, maybe, hopefully, it'll also backlog on the inbound side. Well, it's kind of inbound, but backlogging on the inbound side. Yep. Okay, so let's walk up and figure out what it is we want to do. So we have 2 Spidertrons as well. So if we need to expand as well, we can do that. But I don't really feel that this is what we need. We need to make sure that we tap all the locations. This one, let me just check where these are coming from. This is coming from number 2, number 2, number 1. Where are you coming from? Number 3, number 3, number 3. Where's number 3? That's that one. And this one also has an extra one. So it has 4 trains going into that one and 3 trains going... Where's the other one? That one is number 1, has 2 trains, yes. And there should be a 1 extra one. I am at a loss. Where's the other one? Where's number 2? 2. Where's iron 2? Iron 2. Boom. There it is. Okay. Yeah, that also makes sense to have 2 trains in here. Yep. It actually makes perfect sense. This one has 4, this one has 2, and this one has 2 as well. Right, and so tapping this one is not really gonna do a lot, because this one here is still kind of good enough. Wow, this is also like, this is where I spent a lot of materials, but this is a good one. And it's always just build more of these. And let's expand our solar panel arrays as well. See, I want to get this one. I don't want to block this in, but this one is full of water for the plastic build. Is the plastic build even keeping up? Well, it kind of is. There's one train here, there's one train here. That's actually a bad idea to put it like this. This one actually also really needs to be scaled up, but it's still just running at lower capacity, which is fine by the way. All right, let's get some solar panels. Boom, boom. I don't want to take this one because I think I need to drive through this area. This one is also kind of annoying. Whoop. Oh no, we start artillery range now. Oh, that's going to be a nightmare waiting to happen. All right, so if we look at this, I can take all of this area because there's nothing out here that's interesting. That's the only one that's marginally interesting. So getting these kind of things. Okay, maybe that's a bit overkill here. Let's do that one. Okay, let's take this one, right? All right, so we have 1, 2, 3 being built right now. That should be good enough for us. What I do want is to make sure that this gets filled out. Let's have a look at the landfill. All right, 51,000. Oh yeah. Only thing is, like, maybe we'd want some water. So no. I'm gonna start making this one, and then I only make this up so that the robots can get busy. Because we need to make sure that we are always doing something while continuing to launch rockets. And right now we're in a bit of a, we can't really improve the builds like green circuits, although we'd really like to improve our green circuit build. We can't really do that because we just don't have enough modules for it. We can build it, but then it's just going to be more builds that are incomplete. Actually, maybe that's a good thing to have more builds that are incomplete. I don't know. Let me just think about that. Let's actually do that. Let's have more incomplete builds. There. I think that's not enough. No, that's okay. That's all the stuff down here is now being trained. All of the... not this part though, please. We have our nuclear power plants. They're great. Hey, that one. You really needed to do this one here. Here, and then obviously we'd also need this room for that one. Like that. Should be fine. Where is the next sort of expansion we'd like to get out? Let's have a look at this. When we get this shell range here, it's going to get all crazy again. But it's also going to push it a bit back. So we are not going to expand before that happens. But once that's done, then after that we can probably expand if we need it. I think we might need more oil. I don't know. No, it don't. This one's coming back with a full train of oil, right? Yes, full train of oil. And it's going to this location. Oops. Well, that was clumsy. It's going to this location, which is fine. Right, they're 23,000 in each. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to ditch the rest of these 16 I have. I'll put those over at this location. These ones are also good. All right, get those over. Just slowly getting better. Where are we at? 128. That's good. 128 is good. And we're going to go up. Oh, no. Yeah. So my concern here is the fact that as soon as I start replacing this, we're going to get in trouble. Actually, let's start using it. Let's start building it somewhere else so that I at least can figure out exactly where I want to place it. Yeah. I'll take this one up here. This seems like an okay place to sort of test things. We're going to go in, take our blueprint. There is this one, the beacon module circuits, and it has the red one we have used, and the blue one, and this, the green one. This green one looks super open and bad, but it is really, really good. So there is that. And I am going to from here, I think it's the answer is 1, 2, 3, maybe that one. Down here, here, here. How many do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last one. 8. Arc Raven. So, a little story about the good Arc Raven is actually the first person who in the YouTube comments was talking about sort of a drinking game with me when I hit a power pole, and yeah, poor guy succumbed to alcohol poisoning since then, many years ago. Poor guy. The last part I'm not sure about, but it wouldn't surprise me. All right, so this is pretty good. Yeah, the only issue is the fact that I need to turn around. I'm going to take like copy of all of this. Yep. So the one thing that this one is not good at is the fact that it's turned the wrong way. Or that made no sense. Like I'm getting 8. I'm using 8 lanes inbound of each, or less than 8 lanes inbound of each copper and iron, and on top of that I'm getting 8 full compressed lanes outbound, which is awesome. I like that. The only caveat is that I'm taking things in from one side and getting it out on the other side, similarly to the red ones where it goes in on one side and goes out on the other side. So in here, out here, that's kind of the more common late game build, because you build it towards having it supported by trains, and with trains, well, with trains you are going to come on there. With trains, what are you going to do then? You are generally having it in inbound side and an outbound side so that the trains don't come on the same side, but not in this case. So it's actually time for us to take this thing and turn around so that we can build it. Which one's actually correct? This one I think is correct. Yeah, this is correct. Okay, so let me start by killing everything here. Ooh, we're gonna kill greens. We're gonna kill greens. That's probably a bad idea to start on this right now. Probably better to start that in the next episode, because that's gonna be a massive disaster. We're gonna need 8 full lanes inbound, and we currently only have 6 lanes inbound. Do we? We're gonna take 8 lanes in, so that's just the way it is. And we're gonna take 8 iron lanes in as well, which we don't have either, because we only have 8 lanes total, and that's why this one also has to be expanded. So yeah, it's not quite working, but it eventually will. This one, of course, is also like taking 8. This is taking 8 red lanes and making it into 4 blue lanes, which is kind of a bit of a surplus. 9 red lanes would be 6 blue lanes, so we're clearly closer to 6 blue lanes than we are to 4. So we could take 6 out, and we could take 6 out here, but the question is then, where do we bring it in? And that's going to be sort of a massive hassle that we have to deal with. But I think it's better to do the greens first. I only have 9 of those. I really need... man, how many do we have of these? 83? That's actually quite nice. I think speed modules are more important here. And this one is working, and that's... I just don't like the idea of losing my greens. This one, it's still the blues that are coming in here. Wish we could get more blues in here. That would require us to actually build more blues. Let me just see where... Okay, this one is idle most of the time. This one up here, well, it's going to use a lot. Maybe actually it would be better if I did that thing. There's no point in having this one with a 2-sided belt, so it's just, instead of wasting so much on the sidedness of the belt, because it's only ever going to go into one belt, which actually means I could take... Hold on. Let's just have fun with this one. Go. See, that one's constrained. Then I'm gonna go get it there. Except... No, it is actually like this. This works until... Oh, I think this is bad. This is a bad idea. Bad idea. This is way better. Because the other one is... It's just too fragile. Yep. So this whole thing was supposed to give us more blue circuits, but in the end it did not. I just killed a lot of it. But what I can do is I can go here. No. That was way too many. There. Go, my friends. Go. That'll help a bit. And next episode we will definitely be building the green circuit build. And when we build it, we'll also realize how too big we build it. Like, we kind of built this one way too big. And we're down to 114. Woohoo! It's getting there. And it's just one of those things where eventually when we get it, we don't have to worry about it anymore. Like, for example, the steel part. We build it. We don't worry about it. This one, we're building it. We don't worry about it. This one, we build it. We don't worry about it. But this is the one that keeps coming up. And now we just... seeded it with a bit more blues. Do we have blues in the network? I can't search. It's something with unit. Yeah, 200. That's exactly how much you'd want to have here. Cool. So this is our next big project. I don't want to get started on a big project when we've run out of time. So I will be taking this one out, figuring out how to do this next time. And we're going to have to redo the belts because eventually we have to plan for the fact that we get 8 full lanes of copper out. And 8 full lanes of copper. Let's blue belts, of course. So we get 16 belts of copper, and then we figure out how many. 8 of those have to go in here, and then we have 8 remaining that we could do whatever the hell we want with. But that one takes 3, so now we're down to 5. This one takes 2, so we're down to 3. Yeah, okay. So there's definitely enough copper. If it takes 16 lanes of copper, 16 lanes of iron, 4 go in, or 8 go in here, and then yeah. So that's gonna be like. Basically 4 from this one and 4 from this one go in here. 4 from this one, 4 from this one go in here. Yeah. So I actually think I want to pretend that we get 8 lanes outbound. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, cool. We have a big task for us to get next time. Let me just check that we don't accidentally launch a rocket the second after I click end recording, because that would be miserable and that would make it difficult for us to make sure that we launch something. Oh, look at that. Exactly. I you know, intuition. But we've run out of it. Actually, our science is now constrained by the speed by which we're launching rockets. Yeah, that's because we are launching smaller rockets. That means our science is constrained by this one now. Interesting. All right, let's launch another patron and then wrap up the episode. Let's see who it is. Who might there be? There we go. Hey, Bags. That's a Knight of the Path. Thank you very much, Bags, for the support and the 1000 science packs. So, if you want to see your own name launched up here, if you want to extend the series, if you want to support the channel, well, heading on over to Patreon is the way to do it. There's, of course, no obligation of any kind. I just very much appreciate it because it is what keeps the whole endeavor afloat here. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care and stay effective.